So, shout out to 78 Sports TV. He sent a link to a interview that was conducted by the Breakfast Club, interviewing Terrence Crawford. And they talked about Earl Spence Jr. They talked about the up-and-coming fight that Earl Spence had against Ocampo. And, what more can I say? Terrence Crawford is very calm. He's very cool. He's collective. But the man is a dog in the ring. And what I like about him is, first off, let me just sit there and say this. I don't know much about, Charlemagne and his boxing knowledge. But first he thought that Ocampo was going to be Crawford's opponent. Then he quickly switched up. And when Crawford corrected him and said, hey, no, that's who Earl is fighting. He goes into this whole Earl's going to beat Ocampo. I think pretty much everyone was in unison about that one, Charlemagne. And then they asked, they were just implying, like, how does Terrence Crawford feel about when people say that Earl Spence in the first fight, I guess, they're saying Earl Spence would beat him. And I loved the response from Terrence Crawford. The response is he is so consistent. How he is outside the ring is exactly how he conducts himself during training camp. And then when he gets into the ring, he has this switch that he just clicks on, and then there is nothing but dog. He clearly states, he looks right in Charlemagne the God's face, and he sits there and he says, for everybody who thinks what they think about him or say what they say about him leading up to this fight, he gets in the ring, skills pays the bills, and when he beats you, he wants to look at the person who doubted him and say, what was that all about? And I like that Charlemagne the God looked and was like, tried to give a little stare away, like he tried to gaze away. The dog, the alpha mentality that Crawford carries himself with, it translates in the ring. And this is one of the reasons why I keep saying this is a 50-50 fight. For anybody who's going on this campaign and this tirade that Earl Spence is just going to dog walk Terrence Crawford, why would you, again, unless you're someone who, you got this crystal ball and you sit there and size means everything to you in the ring, which, again, we've got countless examples of Ward versus Kovalev. Countless examples of, look at just going through the history of boxing where you had guys who were smaller in stature, okay? The real deal Holyfield at heavyweight was a freaking cruiserweight, and he was knocking out heavyweights and beating the dog shit out of them. Size means nothing. It's all about your will and your heart. And also, the thing about it is, and what Terrence Crawford keeps saying, and something I keep repeating, skills pay the bills. Skills. This kid is the most skilled fighter I've seen since Floyd. I know some people saying that he's not Floyd. I get it. He's not Floyd in the mentality department in the ring, but he also has that to fall back on. See, I think people are going a little bit too ahead of themselves with talking about the natural. Like Kelly Pavlik this weekend said that, Earl Spence is the natural 147, so he's going to beat him. Why are you falling into the same trap that people fell in versus Ward versus Kovalev? His size, his power, his skill. What happened when I keep always going to this playbook. If you have a fighter with greater tools in his tool shed, he has a higher percentage of a chance to win. Am I diminishing Earl Spence's tool shed? Absolutely not. Earl Spence has shown each fight he has the skills, okay? But we still have to see. That's just why I'm talking about it's a 50-50 fight. I'm not saying Crawford's going to definitely win, and I'm not saying Earl Spence is definitely going to win. This is one of the reasons why I'm advocating that we not cause this war between Crawford fans and Spence fans. Let's let this play itself out. But I love the quiet demeanor about Crawford. Crawford is an assassin, bruh. This man is an assassin. This dude don't talk. This dude don't sit there and say nothing. He smile at your face, and when he gets in the ring, he switches that switch on, and it's about business. It's about business. He's respecting Earl Spence's his work that he's putting in. Earl Spence is respecting Crawford that he's putting in, and we just gotta let the chips fall where they may. But I'm gonna leave a link in the description box for this interview. It's to the Breakfast Club. Like I said again, I love everything about Terrence Crawford, man. Everything about how he approaches this fight, how he's approaching this fight. They got two real warriors. I'm telling you, Earl Spence and Crawford are two real warriors. Ain't neither afraid of the other. They just want to see who's the best. And this is why I've continuously pushed this campaign. Let's not cause a beef. Let's just keep it real and just acknowledge that these two fighters ain't afraid of nobody. It's certainly not each other, and they're ready to do this. But they want to give the fans the fight that we all deserve. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this fight happens again. I'm gonna tell you how I would want it. I want both fighters to have belts, and I want them to fight for undisputed, period, point blank, end of discussion. I'm out.